we were talking about this question. This is one of those cringeworthy questions that was asked after the Jets lost to the Dolphins, and this is Adam Gase, who used to coach the Dolphins. Here's the question.
Does this win validate Stephen Ross's decision to fire you?
I'm not going to answer that. It's ridiculous.
But that's where you go in, and you know your agenda is, I got this question. Like, what do you think his answer is going to be? Yes? You know, and that's just a situation where you've lost a game, you're embarrassed. Even though he didn't say that we were you should be embarrassed you lost to the Dolphins. You should be. Now, you don't want to admit it? Fine. It's semantics there. But that's where you go in as, I don't know who the reporter is, but they went in going, hey, wait till you get a load of this question. That's all that is. And I've been around plenty of people in this business who think their question is the most important part of an interview. And it's not. It's what's your answer going to be? Does this justify Stephen Ross firing you? Yes, he.
According to Twitter, the always reliable Twitter, I have Manish Mehta is asking that question.
Yeah. The New York Daily News.
Yeah.
And occasional analyst on their show.
Does this win validate Stephen Ross's decision to fire you? Jeepers
Yes,
creepers.
McLovin.
Manish is a professional irritant for the Jets. I mean, he's carved this niche as being the team's most
Is that on his
savage
business
critic.
card?
Yeah.
Professional irritant for the Jets. Well, job well done.
I mean, you have to, in New York, to stand out with a question, you have to, that's what the back page has been like that for years. You got to have your claws out.
Well, if that's what you want, that's what you want to be known as, that's who you are, and you embrace that, then fine. No, I'm okay with that. Like, there are personalities that embrace who they are. When things are good, it's one thing, and when things are bad, it's one thing. Frank Isola, he embraces who he is and his approach with the Knicks. So if it's not a fair question. It's a fun question for me to hear as they host here, and I have something to talk about. But I would not ask that question of Adam Gase. Yeah, Paul.
I could see how reporters tell themselves, this is what the fans want to know. This is how the fans are talking, and I'm representing the fans with my job as a reporter. I could see how they think that.
But I don't care. My fan base doesn't care that this validates why you got fired by the Dolphins. The Dolphins made the right decision.
I guess I'd go back to when the Jets hired Adam Gase, the reaction in New York, listening to sports radio was, we're hiring a guy that the Dolphins didn't want. A terrible franchise didn't want this guy, and we want him. We're giving him a whole bunch of dough. That was the mood at the time when he was hired. So I think that's maybe what he's speaking to.
Yeah, but the fan base, this doesn't help me as a member of the fan base. If I'm a Jets fan today and I go, well, at least Manish Mehta got to ask that question about, does this justify you being fired by the Dolphins? Doesn't the end result justify you being fired by the Dolphins? I already got my answer. I don't need a question to come up with the answer. Yeah, Paul.
But like if I'm a Bear fan today, I want my media people asking Ryan Pace, the GM, are you going to admit you made a mistake and move on at the quarterback position? Because he's the guy who picked Trubisky. And for him to get rid of Trubisky, if he does in the offseason, which the fans do want at this juncture, that would be him admitting it was the biggest mistake of his career. We traded up for a bad quarterback when we could have had these other guys. And those are the answers the Bears fans want.
But you look at these quarterbacks. If you look, and this is why it's the hardest thing to do is drafting a quarterback. It's the hardest thing to position to play is play quarterback. I don't know what is harder, actually drafting a quarterback or a quarterback who's able to play the position. Because we don't know about Baker Mayfield. We don't. We don't know about Sam Darnold. We don't know about Josh Allen. We still don't know about Kyler Murray. Lamar Jackson, it may fizzle out here. Patrick Mahomes, we do know about. Deshaun Watson, it feels like we do know about. How many of the Mitchell Trubisky could go down as one of the bigger busts because they traded up to get a guy they didn't have to. The Giants took Daniel Jones at 6th overall. The Redskins took Dwayne Haskins. We don't know about any of these quarterbacks. In fact, I probably feel a little more confident with Daniel Jones than most of these other quarterbacks. And that's not saying an awful lot. Sam Darnold, can't miss, USC, playing against, big-time programs, prime time. He looks average. Josh Allen, He's improving. Well, he couldn't go much lower than last year. Lamar Jackson, he's been very entertaining. MVP candidate. I don't know what's going to happen next year because Baker Mayfield was better last year. He had maybe the best rookie season we've had since Cam Newton. But we don't know.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.